we can talk about it. All right, we're back out here. This is day 2, Capt. Marty, of the 43rd annual Pirates Cove Billfish tournament. Now, Marty, you said that 43rd was easy for you to remember because that was Jeff Gordon's number or something?
Come on, you're from North Carolina. Richard Petty's number.
Who's Richard Petty?
Oh, come on.
But Marty, before we jump into talking about the fishing and everything today, we'll talk about that a little bit later. We are joined by a lovely young lady here who has her own podcast. It's called Ward's Way Podcast. She's been coming around for the last few years with the Boat Builders Tournament. She brings this whole elaborate setup, and it's like stuff that I dream about in a podcast. It's like, man, I would love to have that someday. But she's hails from the great state of Florida. Is that?
As do I.
What?
Yeah, we're both.
Are you from Florida?
I'm Daytona Beach.
Yeah.
All right, Marty.
Got me on
Yeah, listen, you were picking on my pink mouse the other day, okay?
I'm not going there.
Okay. But, all right, so Miss Kristy Hebert.
Yes, sir.
Did I say that right?
You did, and also you categorized me as young lady, so that's what you got right the first time.
Yeah, I see. I'm
young, and we're not on that camera, so we could see.
I'm 2 for 2 right now.
Right?
I'm nailing it. So, Miss Kristy, talk to us. Now, you also are, and let me make sure I got this right. You correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You also own a marine electronics company. Is that correct?
It's a marine electric company. We make all the electronics work by providing them power.
I knew it was. I knew I was going to mess something up. See, the minute I go ahead and give myself credit for something, I turn around and screw something up right behind it. So, talk to us first a little bit about the Ward's Marine Electric. Talk to me a little bit about that first, and we're going to talk about the podcast.
Sure. So we are a third generation, 75-year-old company. My grandfather started the company in 1950. My father was at the helm from 1972 to 2022. And I joined the company in 1996, so it's my 30th anniversary, and I became CEO 6 years ago. We do everything electric, so we do everything from service, installation, engineering, engraving, panel, manufacturing, parts, distribution, everything electric. We stay in that lane of electric.
Okay, so staying in that lane now, I know that I have been, my brother, I've been at his house, and he lives close to Spencer Yachts.
Okay.
And I believe I have seen one of your big trailers over there. Is that correct? You do a lot of work with a lot of local companies.
We do, and we've had the good fortune of working with a lot of the builders here in this area, but specifically, yes, with Spencer, we are working on several of their new bids and helping them on installations and products and engineering.
I got a question. Okay. So I'm just learning about the company and about Kristy. So I asked somebody a little while ago in the middle of the day, I think I asked Lisa, but do you guys, when you pull up to a Bayless boat or a Spencer boat, do you actually wire the boat? Would you sell equipment, color scopes, and electronics on the bridge? I just heard you say you make sure you have the power to all that, but I don't know. Do you do stuff up on the flying bridge as well, like equipment?
We do not do electronics of any kind, any navigation, but we will make sure that the power goes up through the towers and everything to get to the equipment that's up there. So yes, we do go out to the boat and do the installs and provide electrical equipment. So cable, breakers, relays, switches, panels. So all the helm panels that are at the top, we can make those as well.
Now I know. I had it backwards. So that's good to know because we could never find anybody. When I was in the charter boat business, we were like, let's see, red is positive, black is negative, and we would run the water. Yeah, and just do what we had to do.
See, I've been known to transmutate the 110 and the 220, Marty, and blow things up. So that's why me and electricity just don't mix well at all. So, all right, so we know about the company. We know about your history with the electrical industry in that regard, but how did you podcast? How do we go from providing the power to being the power? Talk to me about that part of it.
Selling circuit breakers is a tough business. No, I'm teasing. But so we started, it was for our 75th anniversary, and I really just wanted to do a video. My first guest was my father, and wanted to tell the story of a 75-year-old company and the people we have the pleasure and blessings of interfacing with. We threw it on YouTube, And over time, we started realizing, well, we got a couple subscribers. Well, we should do it again. And we just started telling the story of the industry, American ingenuity, especially on our 250th anniversary this year, going various places through the eyes of Ward's Marine Electric, and we say it's the Ward's Way, and that's the name of the podcast. So what started off as kind of us telling our story to ourselves and our customers for our 75th now has turned into 500,000 subscribers that love it too.
You hear that, Marty?
I do.
We can dream for 500,000 subscribers.
Yeah, we can. We're way behind her, but I was on her. We actually have been on her podcast last night.
Both
After
of you.
2 years of trying, she finally said, "Look, we're going to arrange it where you'll be comfortable." And we had me and tournament director Lisa Howe. We had a really. I told her the story about Brad Coors falling off the boat.
Yes. And that's I jumped on with her last year one day and told I talked you up in a lot of ways, and I told that same story as an example of what they can hear on your channel and everything like that. So very grateful for the opportunity, and I think it may have helped us a little bit there in that regard. So we appreciate that. So, Ward's Way podcast. What are some of the different topics and things that you cover on your podcast?
So we are actually developing a channel. So it's more than just the podcast. We have a counter section that goes over. So when you walk into any Ward's Marine Electric, you walk into a counter where if you bring it and go, this isn't working, we say, where were you using it? Why is it not working? And we go through it almost like the Ward's Way genius bar, so to speak. But it's our way of giving back kind of the correct information that's needed. And so we also want to share that on the channel. So we do the podcast. We're doing some video very shortly for ABYC, the American Boat and Yacht Council, where we're going to do some video for them that talks about here's AC distribution, and here's DC distribution, here's what it looks like on a test bench, here's the equipment you need, but here's what it looks like out in the real field for future hires and next generation. So we try to cover everything from our industry, but the story of American ingenuity and American small businesses and all over the world that people can see that. So we hope that people will join in and stay tuned, even for more than just a podcast.
So I would we're just getting to know each other. So a lot of times people that are in the industries that support these tournaments and this fishing don't get a chance to actually do much fishing. Do you fish? Do you get a chance?
You know, I have been fishing. My family just sold their home, but they owned a home for about 30 years down in Ramrod Key. And so we've always gone fishing. I've never had the opportunity to do something quite like this on a very big sport fish. So if anybody wants to invite me, I'm definitely saying yes. I don't get seasick. Don't count me as a ringer, but I definitely enjoy. I'll go out early and come back late. But no, I love it. I love the excitement. My job as a kid was always unrigging the ballyhoo that went bad or we didn't get a chance to catch something on. So I've never caught a sailfish or a billfish of any kind.
Wow, Marty. So I feel like there's something that we need to rectify, and I feel like if anybody can make that happen,
we need to get our company to give us a trip, Justin. We'll all go together and make a big podcast.
My wife is over there like waving her hand in the air as she wants to go.
Well, she just fished the Alice Kelly tournament, so she's ready now.
And then our buddy Moose, he's over there joining in as if he would like to attend as well. So, but see, I don't know. Moose was helping you yesterday pick on my pink mouse. So I don't know if we can make that happen for our buddy Moose. But tell us real quick where all your major podcast platforms, YouTube.
YouTube is for the video, and otherwise you can listen to it on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, all the places that you would download a podcast. Ward's Way 75 is the channel on YouTube, and Ward's Way is on all the other platforms.
And you're going to be here the rest of the week. You were here for Boat Builders. You were here for now. Let me ask you this. Now, when you were here at Boat Builders, and you said you were going to be here, you and I were talking, and you said you were going to be here for Pirates Cove, and I was like, oh, wow, you're going to have a great time. Have you had the time that I said you were going to have when...
You didn't even do it justice. I will tell you that the Alice Kelly was such a great thing to witness. One, just the community coming together for a charity, and one of the things that Lisa and I talked about is asking people why. Why were they participating? Why did they get involved? Why is it so important to them to fish that? And overwhelmingly, the result was community. They love the Outer Banks and want to be there and support each other. But the amount of people that were here was insane, but also incredible. The energy that if I could have harnessed that, I could have put shore power into every single boat here.
Wow. She could have put shore power into every single boat here with all that energy.
I do have a shore power story.
Okay.
You want to hear it?
Yeah, here we go.
Now, I owe her another story sometime later in the week, but one time my dock partner and I, in fact, he's standing right over there, Kenny Peckrin, at Oregon Inlet when we were young. Our charters were late getting to the boat, and both of them had been pulled over by a state trooper. And so the rest of the fleet went out, and you know enough to know when you're the last two boats in the fleet to leave, you're behind the 8-ball. So finally, both of the cars came racing into the parking lot, and I was on the bridge of my boat with the engines running, like tapping my foot, come on, guys, unload that. And they had been pulled over by a cop. And so was Kenny Peckrin on the Pollyanna. Well, what happened, his car came first. He's yelling at him, hurry up, get in the boat. And so they rushed onto the boat, and when he went to pull out of the slip,
He didn't unplug.
He did unplug the shore power. I knew you'd like this story. It's right up your specialty.
Yep.
And, buddy, when that thing came loose, it knocked all the power off at Oregon, and the thing went in the water. Anyway, but once it didn't hurt the boat, so with his tail between his legs, he pulled out of the marina. That left me sitting there at the dock, idling, and now I'm really impatient. Here comes my chart. Hurry up, get on the boat. And I looked down at my mate, Clay Madry. I said, whatever you do, you unplug that shore power cord. He said, yes, sir. He'd seen everything. So he unplugged the shore power cord. I was in the center. I went to pull out. So I had forgot to untie the bow of the boat and ripped the bow rail off a 46-foot Buddy Davis boat. And in fact, once we got out in the ocean, Kenny went by me, and my bow rail was sticking straight up in the air. He said, what did you do? Because we were laughing at him. And you know the old saying, what goes around comes around.
Got back at you.
Quick, yeah.
Well, that's a good story. All right. Now, I don't know if I need to file this away under fishing reports or stories on today's segment, but regardless, happy to have Miss Kristy Hebert out here from Ward's Way podcast and Ward's Marine Electric as part of the tournament. I know that she's really enjoyed herself, and she'll be here all week. If you can stop by, say hello to her. You can always stop by and say hello to the captain, myself, and our buddy Moose down there on the end. We'd love to see you. And my wife's here right now. You want to talk? Of course not. All right, we'll come back in just a little bit. We'll talk to Captain Marty about all the statistics from today. And you got quite a few down there. Look at something about fish per hour.
Capt and I put together some interesting facts, and if you need them, we'll have them. So.
All right, well, when we come back, we'll talk more about that with the captain here at the 43rd Annual Pirates Cove Billfish Tournament.